This contract hopefully will save us some money because not only based on the bid, once we get into looking at recycling and removing some bins that aren't being used, we hopefully will have some more savings.
Well, congratulations to you and to Mrs. Bradshaw. I know a lot of work went into this. I'm looking forward to the opportunity to work with Allied Waste and truly become more efficient in our trash reduction and recycling.
Okay.
It's a good deal.
We'll come back on the 17th for your vote.
Why does this look familiar to me?
Pardon?
Did we get this before?
It may have been our Has Waste contract with Clean Harbors.
It has.
This is our solid waste, just our regular
This
trash.
hasn't come back. No, we
No.
talked about it, but it hasn't come. It's been some time. How come it took so long to come back?
Because they were looking at every nook and cranny.
Yeah.
Why did it take so
Yeah.
long to come back?
I'm not sure. It's just the process of trying to once we reviewed the bids and came back with the selection. It just it took some.
It just seemed like it dragged
Took some
on
time.
and on and on. But I'm glad it's coming back on the 17th.
While I have this minute, I'd like to say that I was dismayed yesterday when I learned that in the Professional and Salary Employees Association agreement with the management, that Dee and two of her staff are earmarked for up to a 15% reduction in salary solely based on their job title. And in my 28 years, I think this is not the best way to reward industrious and hardworking employees.
I agree with you 100%, and I'll be looking into that.
Thank you.
All right, we move to item 10, renewal of Valley Plaza lease for customer service operation.
No. No.
Next.
Move on. No.
Mr. Kelly.
No más. No más. Ya no.
That's one vote.
She's always blowing in the wind anyway, huh? Wait, listen to her.
This is the first of the renewal of those leases that we have at the Valley Plaza. What you don't have before you is a spreadsheet that's being prepared that will come back next week, showing how we are projecting the leases to expire upon completion of the new administration building. Trying to show how we hope that they will all daylight out those leases ending and the new building being occupied. So I don't have the spreadsheet with me. It's being prepared now. We'll have it next week.
You know, this is money that we could be putting into the new administration building. And we keep talking about the admin building. We keep talking how we need to be more efficient, house all our staff together in one location, and yet you're asking us to renew additional leases for almost $500,000 for a 3-year period. I'm going to vote no on this because we got to put our foot down. Either we're going to build the building or we're not. Don't lead me on.
What I think we need
Country
to
Western song I heard.
I think we need to understand is, again, as Jim identified, what we're doing is, we have space that we have people occupying right now. We have no place to put them if we don't renew this lease. And the intent is, how do we make this lease coterminous with that date and time so that when that lease is over, the expectation is those people will move out of that space and into the new facility.
Ms. Campbell, I've been to the Valley Plaza buildings. You have huge office space. And you cannot tell me that you cannot consolidate some of those people into a smaller space. You have huge rooms and you have 1 or 2 people. I've been there. And for the life of me, I can't see where we're going to be spending more money on leases when we're talking about a new admin building. So what I'm telling this, I'm asking this board, are we serious about building the administration building? If we are, let's say no more leases, no more renewals, let's tackle that building and get it done.
Bring us a cost benefit analysis on it. Let's look at it.
Or we're just gonna keep, they're gonna keep coming back, oh, there's another lease, it's going to expire with it, and it's gonna go down the road, down the road, down the road. Either we do it or we don't. And I'm not going to work with any more renewal of leases, I don't care where they're at. I'm gonna vote no. But then again, I'm only 1 out of 5.
You know, I've been down there too, and I've seen the same thing. I mean, we have a lot of buildings down there, and they're not, doesn't even look half full to me, some, I'm not sure which ones those are, and which ones those aren't. It certainly seems that there's room for some consolidation until we reach that point where
I'm saying
you
no
can
ma,
take out the rug or the color of the carpet or something.
no ma.
As we've explained to the board in the past, the goal is how do we consolidate our space down, and we do consistently look, every time there's a move request, we look to identify how do we reduce space, and in fact, over the last several years, we've actually removed trailers from our facilities. Each trailer is $960 a month, so we are working to consolidate. Part of what we need to make sure is we just can't take one person from a group and stick them in an empty office, because part of what we need to be accommodating is the consolidation of resources that work together. So we are trying to manage space and make sure that we have people who need to be working together, conjoined in office space that makes sense. Yes, there are some spaces down there that are currently unoccupied, but we are looking at how we can make arrangements to move some of those and fill in some of those spaces. We did come back with the Cook building several meetings ago with the plan that shows how we are identifying the space and how we're moving people into those. We are currently moving the DOC out of one building, and that's going to create some space there. Potentially, as we've talked in the past, there's the potential need to move the call center. Again, that's currently under evaluation. So it's not like we're just automatically renewing the leases. We cannot and we will not do that.
Mr. Campbell, if by some miracle this board voted no to these leases, how would you conduct your business? Where would you put your people? How would you make it work?
We'll move them to your house.
I was gonna say,
They're welcome to come to my house.
There's probably
I got plenty
space
of room.
in your garage. We can
Probably they can just take all the stuff out that Ernie has in the garage. Would you be able to conduct business if this board voted no on extending these leases?
Now, the group that we're looking at here is
No,
the
this
group
is-
of how many people?
I can't say how many people, but I can tell you that
It's about a dozen.
it's more than that. It's quite a bit more. It's the distribution people. These are the guys that are out in the field taking orders, that are measuring where the power poles should be to serve the public. There's quite a few of those people. There's 6,000 square feet here, and they are packed in there, very tight. So if this board were to say no, that's not part of my job, but I don't know where the hell we put them. I get awful packed busy in his office, because they'd all be down there. There's no room in my office.
I think I'm making a very strong
I
point
know.
that we need to get serious if we're going to move forward with the admin building, because I hate to see these leases coming back and renewal. And after this, how many more do you have coming back for renewal after these 3?
Well, that will be on the schedule.
That will be on the schedule.
There's 12, 15 properties that we have at the Valley Plaza. We had a lease that was renewed last year. We have one lease that goes out to 2013. So between 08 and 2013, we've got a span of 15 properties of space that we've leased. And again, it's, yes, there probably was an overbuild at a point in time when the business was growing, but we have, in fact, consolidated people from other areas and reduced our overall lease footprint at the district. Again, we need to continue to do that, and we will continue to do that. The problem is, yes, we have leases that will be expiring, probably 4 or 5 leases in the next 2 years. But again, to your point, we are working to be very serious about creating that end point in time. Jim's been very nervous about this, that he's been looking for the date.
He doesn't look nervous to me.
No, I'm very
You should see him
concerned
in my
about
office.
He looks very
I know
calm.
when
You
these
should see him in
leases
my office.
expire.
He's calm now.